Porsche has long been planning its return to prototype racing next year. For a few months now, the company has been teasing their new LMDH car in videos and pictures, both to keep the fans excited and perhaps take a warning shot at the competitors. With that being said, here's everything you need to know about Porsche's new prototype, starting with a secret V8 engine. You would know how Porsche is very selective about the information it reveals. For the LMDH prototype, the company has confirmed that the LMDH car will have a V8 engine. They've described the engine as a large-capacity twin-turbo unit that has been powered by some kind of renewable fuel and produces a horsepower between 644 and 697, depending on the balance of performance. This V8 engine is going to be based on a twin-turbo 4-liter that has previously been used in various Panorama and Cayenne models, plus many other cars in the Volkswagen group. But from the videos that we've seen so far, it sounds way different from a Cayenne Turbo. To our ears, it sounds like it either features some sort of trick exhaust system or a flat-plane crankshaft to send pulses to either of the tailpipes. Porsche has also said in the press releases that the LMDH will allow a good deal of freedom in terms of design, displacement, and the number of cylinders. So it looks like the Porsche has majorly upgraded the road car V8 for the LMDH car, probably even increasing displacement, although the press release makes no particular mention of the engine size. Recently, Porsche shared an image which gives us a glimpse of what's under the LMDH car's rear clamshell. You can clearly see the two turbochargers, which just like the road-going V8, are located in the space between the two cylinder banks. They've been linked to two really short exhaust pipes. Well, it's hard to tell what's going on here, thanks to the complicated design, but just beneath the exhaust, you can see the parts finished in a distinctive shade of blue that the supplier Multimatic has been using for its dampers. It's interesting to note that the Porsche has successfully used these dampers before on the Le Mans winning 919. Besides this, several top companies will help in the manufacture of standard components. The batteries will be supplied by Williams Advanced Engineering. Control electronics and motor generator units being developed by Bosch and Xtrac will help with the transmission. All this makes us curious to see the final model. Well, for now, Porsche is keeping its cards close to its chest, as no additional engine details are going to be revealed until the summertime launch of the new prototype. Next, active testing has already started. The company is satisfied with the testing results so far, despite a shaky start. Before Christmas last year, a shakedown was planned, but it was abandoned, as was a tentative plan to begin circuit testing in North America and a January check at Sebring. Only a few days later, a 40-kilowatt rear-axle hybrid system was installed in the car for a YSAC run, after which the testing phase got relocated to a proper track in Barcelona in February. Now, the total mileage covered by the subsequent tests held at Motorland Aragon in March, and Spa in April is above 6,000 kilometers. As the racing season nears, the company is taking things even more seriously. Now they're constructing a second model, after which one of the two chassis will be delivered to the United States to begin testing on the American tracks. This could also include IMSA-sanctioned tests at the end of this year, before the car's homologation ahead of the Daytona event. After the successful testing, the car is going to compete in the North American IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship and the FIA WEC World Endurance Championship under the team name Porsche Penske Motorsport. Now for driving the LMDH. No doubt getting to see the car on tracks will definitely be a feast for the eyes and ears, as the V8 engine sounds marvelous, but you can't deny the experience will be even more electrifying and exciting for the drivers. Dane Cameron got to experience driving the prototype, and he was very impressed with the efficiency of the LMDH. Although Cameron has handled most of the testing work for now, a number of other skilled drivers from Porsche's growing stable of GT drivers have an opportunity to drive the LMDH. Frederick Makovici also got the opportunity to shake down the car at Weissach in January, and he, just like the other drivers, was in complete awe of the amazing features. Besides this, the Porsche executives have also mentioned other individuals, including Kevin Estra, Michael Christensen, Andre Lauderer, Lorenz Vanthoor, and Mathieu Jaminet, who have all climbed behind the wheel so far. This is clearly a solid lineup of drivers to testify the marvelous abilities of the prototype, and the chances are high that when the new lineup for testing phase is announced, there's a high possibility that the company may also include some newcomers. Up next, early debut potential. The big news here is the LMDH could race earlier than the subsequent season. In March, the FIA World Motorsport Council passed a resolution allowing the new generation of prototype to participate in the WEC on an invitational basis this year. Well, this was a clear invitation to Porsche, under the condition that none of the LMDH manufacturers are at such a complex stage with their vehicles in the next 12 months. The rule makers, the FIA, and the vehicle membership de l'Ouest must gather as much data as possible to aid with the stability of efficiency, which is one of the new period's cornerstones. No doubt the change has been welcomed by the company, but they have stated that people should not expect any decision on whether or not it'll be prepared and eager to race this year anytime soon. Let's take a look at other interesting news about the manufacturer, starting with Porsche to enter Formula 1 in 2026. We have been hearing rumors for several years that the Volkswagen Group may enter Formula 1, and every month we read in some European magazine about an unnamed source of Volkswagen Group that claims that it's gonna happen. But then it gets quiet for the next few months, and the cycle has been repeating. Now, this is really happening. Yes, the Volkswagen Group CEO Herbert Diess has said that the 2026 rules will offer the perfect opportunity for the company. For a long time, VW Group's possible move to Formula 1 made no sense at all. Well, Porsche, one of the group's high engineering and high-tech companies, was already paying F1-sized budgets to participate in sports car racing. That's a much more road-relevant sort of motorsport, and it's one in which it introduced new technology that's now a standard for their road cars. But then some unfortunate events occurred with Porsche's faster car development being shut down. After winning everything there was to win. This resulted in the brand scaling back on their motorsports initiatives and focusing instead on electric cars. Now the Volkswagen members have sat down with Formula One stakeholders, and things seem to work in their favor, but the condition in the company will have to focus on developing a new powertrain that gets rid of electric harvesting in favor of strong regenerative braking. Next, Porsche to enter the used luxury car segment in India. With the ever-increasing prices of new cars, the market of used cars is becoming an attractive segment. Even the luxury car manufacturers are now aspiring to start their used car selling business. Audi was already selling its used luxury cars in India, and now Porsche has also decided to enter the market in the country. The company will make an official announcement on June 8th about its upcoming used car unit in the country, which is going to be called Porsche Approved. The new program will not only allow the customers to buy or sell their models, but also make seamless exchanges. They'll be able to get insurance and other essentials. Well, this move doesn't look surprising at all, as India is becoming one of the profitable markets for the manufacturer, as the company saw 22% growth in just the first 3 months of 2022. Well, to be exact, around 200 Porsche models were sold during this period, which include Cayenne, Macan, and their newly launched Taycan EV, among others. And finally, Porsche, one of the highlights of Top Gun: Maverick. In the 1986 version of the film, you may remember watching Kelly McGillis' character, Charlie, driving around San Diego in a black 1958 Porsche 356. But that was actually a replica of the real model, which is now worth over $200,000 when it's in best condition. But this year's Top Gun: Maverick has taken a step further, and it features an original 1973 Porsche 911 that Jennifer Connelly's character Penny can be seen driving. What's even more interesting is Jenny didn't go with a stunt double. She herself drove the car, which was lent to the producers by San Diego resident Nick Silos. He's a longtime collector of Porsches and owns more than 10 models. And the car definitely has a marvelous screen presence of its own, as the viewer spotted it right away. That's a wrap for this video. Which Porsche model do you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!